Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Timbo Unchained. I'm your host, Tim Hobby. Today, I want to start off by giving a shout out and a represent to my friend Ashley on her new clothing line that she started. It's called Don't Pet the Locals, FMB. It's a small local business that she started after Hurricane Ian pretty much wiped out the entirety of Fort Myers Beach. As you can see, don't pet the locals. And I'm a little special. I know people. So I was able to get one a bit personalized with my dolphins. So with that being said, let's jump in here and let's see what Miss Ashley has to offer on her website. All right, as you can see, that guy looks familiar. That's Ashley's fiance, Adam. What's up, Adam? And I believe that's Winston in the background there. Let's see what we have here. We've got our Don't Pet the Locals black cotton t-shirt. They got a dry fit men's t-shirt. Some of them are only sizes. Some are sizes and colors. Got a gray soft style unisex dry fit women's tanks. Cotton tanks. We got Sport Tech zip up jackets. Hoodies, zip up hoodies. We got some men's tank tops. We got our bottle koozies. We got hats. We got decals. Pretty cool. I think it's awesome that Ashley was able to do this. And speak of the devil, there's Ashley. It all begins with an idea, right? Well, mine came after one of the craziest times I hope I'll ever have to experience. Hurricane Ian 2022 that devastated our little town of Fort Myers Beach, FMB. It came in like a wrecking ball. After months and months of rebuild and recovery, which we are still going through, places started opening up and the beach started welcoming back tourists and visitors, which we all love and live for. The saying, don't pet the locals, was created as a don't feel bad for us, but support us kind of saying. Don't pet the locals, feed the locals. Don't pet the locals. We're all wild animals. I mean, there's a ton of ways to connect to the brand. Those are just a few of mine. I hope you enjoy, represent, and love it as much as my little town has. Now, it's really cool because it has become kind of a wave on Fort Myers Beach of people rocking Ashley shit, and I love it. You can see here some candid pictures. There's my friend Anne-Marie. What's up, Anne-Marie? Local people supporting local people. That's what we like to see. And Ashley, I'm proud of you and Adam for doing this. Hey, look at that. There's Adam again. What's up, dude? I think this is really cool. And you guys deserve all your success that comes with this. And hopefully my dozens and dozens of podcast followers will help support you. And hopefully by throwing you a shout out, maybe I'll get a couple more supporters on my page too. Wink, wink. All right. So also, after my shout out for Miss Ashley and her new clothing line, make sure you go and support. It's again, it's a local company, supported by locals, and maybe if we could get some other people to start buying from outside of Fort Myers Beach, it'll help them out. They're good people. They deserve it. So go buy their shit. I'm going to leave a link for the website in the description of this video so you can find it and know where to go. All right, next up, I'm kind of incorporating this in because that's how I met Ashley. I met Ashley working at a legendary bar on Fort Myers Beach called the Mermaid Lounge. It was a lounge and liquor store. It had been there for decades. It was a staple on Fort Myers Beach. Everybody knew the Mermaid. And as I was thinking about doing this podcast, I realized, like, I didn't really know the history behind the Mermaid, even though I worked there for years, and I worked there for about 4 or 5 years, and great experience, lots of awesome people. Still in contact with a lot of people that I met out there, whether it be through Facebook or we text once in a while, things like that. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to find out the history, and this is from an article called from the Florida Weekly Fort Myers edition. This article was written May 12th, 2021. So I'm just going to read, I'm not going to read the entire article. I'm just going to read some highlights. And yeah, hopefully you can get some information too. And I know that there's a lot of people that really love the Mermaid, and I don't know, hopefully this podcast will reach them and they'll enjoy it. So, the Mermaid Lounge, a fixture for decades for shrimpers, anglers, lawyers, newspaper reporters, and countless residents and tourists on Fort Myers Beach, is no more. The doors close for the final time on May 3rd, 2021. The building was constructed in 1953, 3 years after the U.S. Census counted 23,404 people in all of Lee County, and a year before Southwest Florida's first TV station, Wink, went on air. The Mermaid recently served the last of its Budweisers and shots and signature Bloody Marys. All that remains are memories, photos, and newspaper clippings yellowing in scrapbooks and boxes. The jokes, hangovers, laughs, and camaraderie have all disappeared over the Gulf of Mexico horizon, dipping out of sight like the fabled green flash. No more Mermaid Lounge, a victim of changing times and the construction of the Margaritaville Resort, which will swallow whole what had been the bar's footprint a few steps from the sand. Owner Scott Vancello was asked about the bar's patrons. Hi, Scott. Most patrons are dead, Mr. Vancello said. For some on the beach like Mr. Vancello, local memories go back more than half a century to when a swing bridge connected Estero Island to the mainland. Mr. Vancello first came to Lee County in 1962 and enrolled at a new school called Edison Junior College, which at the time was located in the Gwynn Institute in downtown Fort Myers. That junior college later evolved into Florida Southwestern State College. As Mr. Vancello said, many of the real old-timers are long gone. In 1980, Scott Vancello and Kathy Vancello, who have been married for 53 years as of 2021, leased what was then called the Surf Club, owned by a man named Roy Amos. They took the bar business. They knew the bar business already because they had one in Carpentersville, Illinois, a Chicago suburb. In a complicated bit of moves, what was then a pancake house across the street became the Surf Club. The Mermaid used to be across the street, Mr. Vancello said. The beached whale is now at that location. The beached whale is no longer there after Hurricane Ian. I don't know if they've rebuilt, actually, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Then there's the matter of what the Mermaid was and is called. It was the Mermaid Club, and this is the Mermaid Lounge, Miss Vancello said. Hi, Kathy. No matter what its name, the building is doomed. They're going to take her down, Mr. Vancello said. As you can see, the walls are all cracking. Cracks are clearly visible, climbing up the wall like varicose veins. So this bar that is a bar and a liquor store and nothing more is gone. Mr. Vancello pointed out its distinction as a bar and liquor store. Just that. Not a restaurant with a liquor license, simply a bar. No food was served at the Mermaid. No cheeseburgers or nachos or fries, just beer, wine, and booze. Now, 41 years after taking over the place, the Vancellos are going to help their daughter Valerie run her business, Valerie's Lounge and Liquors, on San Carlos Boulevard. Shout out, Valerie. I worked there as well as I was working at the Mermaid Lounge. Both places were excellent. And from what I understand, Valerie's Lounge has gone through quite a few renovations, and it's really a nice spot. Not that it wasn't before, but the renovations really make it pop now. And I'm really happy that Val and Scott and Kathy are able to continue that legacy that they have on Fort Myers Beach. We're going to be helpers, Mr. Vancello said. We're not going to be workers. They're no longer going to be at the Mermaid Lounge. They've accepted the inevitability of change. It couldn't stay the way it was, Miss Vancello said. I guess they call that progress. For the couple, it comes to an end after 40 years. It's been a great ride, Mr. Vancello said. Sorry, it's sad. You know, I only had the privilege of working there towards the end. And, you know, you hear all these really cool stories over the years and all the really legendary patrons that we had coming in there. Even in my short stint that I was there, I made friends with a lot of people there, and some of them aren't with us anymore. One of my favorite customers was my buddy Whiskey. So as Whiskey got older, he didn't partake in the devil's lettuce, or as he called it, dope. He said, Tim, I don't smoke dope no more. So he made this pipe when he was a very young man. I think he said he was in his early 20s. Him and his brother made it from hand. You can see it's a trumpet stem, and he hand carved the bowl. And so he gifted that to me, because allegedly I may smoke once in a while, allegedly. But yeah, he was a really cool dude. I know recently we just lost our good friend Ray Turner. He was an awesome guy as well, and you know, definitely too young to be gone. But I wanted to give a shout out to Ray and send Kelly my condolences. But yeah. So there was the Mermaid did have a reputation, you could say. We would do on Sundays, we would do $1 Bloody Marys and $4 mimosas, and that would go, and we'd open up. We called it church. It was Sunday church, and I mean there would be bikers and motorcycles, and this place would just fill up. I mean, people were beating down the door an hour before we were open, trying to get in there to get these $1 Bloody Marys. And I mean, people throw down a $10 bill, take 10, let's go. It was an awesome time. We had some really good times in that place. You know, it could be rough sometimes. I may or may have not have allegedly been involved in some altercations at the Mermaid in my time there. There were just a whole, the best way to put it, our customer base was a motley crew. We had everything from bikers to lawyers to, you know, mayors and all kinds of stuff, the shrimpers, and, you know, and for the most part, everybody got along. They just enjoyed being there. And You know, a lot of people say things about the bikers, but we never felt more safe than when the bikers were in there, because they would, you know, an unruly customer comes in. A lot of times we didn't have to do anything. All it would take is a look from one of these guys, and people would go, "All right, man, I'm just going to leave." And don't let the door hit you, bud. You know, it was a lot of fun. It was very sad to see the place go, but that doesn't stop progress. Again, Valerie's Lounge and Liquors is open. It's not directly on Fort Myers Beach. It's on the way to Fort Myers Beach. And that also means that it's on the way when you're leaving Fort Myers Beach. So if you haven't been to Valerie's Lounge and Liquor, definitely give it a shot. No pun intended. It's a really cool spot, and a lot of my friends still work there. They've been working for the Vancellos for some of them for decades. And yeah, you should definitely go and check out Valerie's Lounge. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about the Mermaid today, and it was something that, you know, when you leave a place like that that has so much history, you know, it brings back memories, and I just thought it'd be fun to talk about, and maybe it'll bring back some memories for you guys. And you know, if you have any photos or videos or anything, just leave them in the comments. And maybe if I do another episode on the Mermaid Lounge, I can include some of those comments and pictures and things like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And don't forget, buy all the clothes that you own from smashfmb.com, and drink all the alcohol and beer, liquor, and wine that you can at Valerie's Lounge and Liquor. Not only can you drink at the bar, there's a liquor store as well. So it's a one-stop shop. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or